Beloved children in Christ, hear me. The first crack of the night is not seen in the sky, but felt in the soul. Long before the stars vanish, long before the lamps grow dim, there comes a trembling within the heart, a sign that what you have built your life upon will be tested. The Lord has shown me in prayer, 3 nights will fall, and when they do, the proud will be left clutching shadows, while the humble will endure. The sun will not rise, the stars will not shine. No lamp lit by human hands will survive the suffocating veil. It will be as though creation itself were struck silent, holding its breath under judgment. And in that hour, voices will rise from the darkness, not the voices of angels, nor of the faithful departed, but of deceiving spirits clothed in familiarity. You will hear them calling the voice of your husband, your wife, your child, pleading, begging, imitating those you love. They will call you by name, promising safety if you open the door. But I tell you in the name of the living God, those who open their doors will not return. I saw it in prayer, and I trembled. The demons that once whispered will walk openly. They will wear the faces of the familiar, but behind their disguise is hatred without measure. Those who mock this warning will discover their error too late. The scoffers, the doubters, the careless, their laughter will echo only until the first night falls. But to you, children, I speak so you may endure. The humble who prepare will stand, those who have confessed in secret, who have lived obedience when no one applauded, will be kept safe. The flame of a blessed candle in the hand of faith will burn brighter than all the cities of man. Stay with me, children. Subscribe not for me, not for numbers, but because when the nights descend, this place will be a refuge. These words will be a lifeline when every other voice is drowned in fear. Mark this channel now, as you must mark your home with prayer, so that when the darkness falls, you are not found alone. The Lord reminded me of Israel's first Passover. The angel of death passed by, but only the homes marked with blood were spared. So it will be in the 3 nights. Your obedience will be your mark. Your preparation will be your blood upon the doorpost. Do not say, I will act when the sky grows black, for when the veil falls, it will be too late. Holiness is not sown in panic. Faith is not born in the hour of terror. It must be woven now in confession, in prayer, in charity. Children, I have placed into your hands a shield, the 3 days of darkness guide. It is no superstition, no tale for the weak, but a lifeline written in mercy. Inside are the prayers, the consecrations, and the holy protections you will need when the nights descend. I did not write it for profit. I wrote it because I fear for you, and I say this with trembling. If you ignore it, if you delay, you will be guilty of silence when your family cries for light and you have none to give. Imagine your children looking into your eyes when the lamps fail, asking why you did not prepare. What will you answer? I was too busy? I thought it was not real? Heaven will not accept those excuses. Do not be the parent, the spouse, the shepherd who saw the wolf but refused to pick up the staff. If you walk into the night without this preparation, you are walking unarmed into battle. Worse, you are leading your family into battle without a shield. Take it, use it, for delay is the enemy's snare, and neglect is betrayal. The first night will separate those who prayed in silence from those who only wore religion as clothing. In the blackness, there is no mask, no pretense. Only what you built in secret will stand. The second night will tear away every false refuge. Wealth will not keep the shadows out, strength will not silence the whispers, only obedience will be counted as refuge. The third night will test endurance itself. Those who mocked the rosary will see its beads glow like chains of fire, holding back the tide. Those who mocked holy water will watch demons recoil at its touch. Those who laughed at blessed candles will find no light at all. Children, do not mock the tools of heaven. For when the nights fall, the smallest act of obedience will be a fortress, and the greatest empire will be rubble. Now, children, do not only listen, speak, confess. Write these words below as a testimony that you belong to the light, for silence is consent to darkness. Let your words be written here as a mark upon your soul. I seal my home in the blood of Christ. I will not open my door to deception. Faith is my shield. Obedience is my refuge. Our perpetual Mother Mary, we hide in your shield during dark days. Type them now, children. Do not delay. Your written confession is not for me. It is a sign to heaven and a witness against the enemy. Let your comment be your proclamation. Children of Christ, the warning has been given. The crack of the night is already upon us. This is not a tale. It is a mirror. What you build your soul upon will be revealed when the lights go out. And so I tell you, prepare, consecrate, confess, and endure. For those who remain will not only survive, but witness a dawn unlike any the world has ever known. But listen carefully. What I have spoken now is only the beginning. The warning of the first night is only the threshold. What I saw next will chill you deeper still. The silence outside broken not by voices of men, but by the laughter of the enemy himself. Stay with me, children, for chapter 2 will unveil what moves through the streets when the second night descends. Children of Christ, as the first night deepened, I heard the silence grow heavy, as though creation itself had stopped breathing. No bird sang, no wind stirred the trees, and even the animals cowered with a dread no human tongue could describe. The silence was alive, pressing against walls and hearts, and it became a weight that crushed the proud. And then the voices began. At first faint, like echoes carried on the wind, then nearer, clearer, until no one could mistake them. They were voices of those most beloved, a mother's plea, a child's cry, a friend calling by name. Their words dripped with desperation. Open the door, let me in. I am cold, I am afraid. But children, I tell you, not one of these voices was true. They were shadows given tongue, spirits clothed in deception, demons who knew the sound of every affection and twisted it to their purpose. And those who listened, those who let their hearts falter, who opened their doors against the command of heaven, they were swept into the blackness, devoured by the very shadows they trusted. I saw whole families undone by curiosity, by compassion twisted into disobedience. They thought themselves merciful, but their mercy became the doorway of their ruin. This is why I tell you again, beloved, obedience will be your only shield. Not reason, not debate, not compassion twisted by fear, only obedience. If the voice outside calls you, do not answer. If it names you, do not respond. If it weeps and pleads, remain still. For it is not your loved one, but the ancient enemy wearing their voice as a mask. Stay within, children. Stay covered in prayer. Stay sealed in faith. For those who endure will be spared, but those who yield to deception will be lost. And as I prayed through this vision, my soul trembled, For I saw how many would fall, not because they denied God openly, but because they had never trained their hearts in silence. They could not endure confinement. They could not bear stillness. They could not trust in what could not be seen. The proud who laughed at daily prayer discovered they had no root when silence pressed in. Beloved children, hear me. Now is the time to practice endurance. Now is the hour to sit in silence with your rosary, to teach your heart to cling to prayer when every other sound has fled. If you cannot sit in silence now, you will not stand when the silence surrounds you. Stay with me, children. Subscribe. I do not speak for vanity or for numbers, but because this place must become your lamp in the dark. When others scoff, you will need a voice that reminds you what is true, what is commanded, what is holy. Mark this channel as you mark your soul, so when the nights fall, you are not left searching. I saw then the difference between those who prepared and those who mocked. The homes sealed in faith became like fortresses. Angels stood at their walls. A single blessed flame endured, and no shadow could cross its light. But where there was neglect, where there was mockery, the darkness crept in like smoke. Children who had begged their parents to prepare were silenced by parents who dismissed the warning as fear. When the night came, those parents discovered too late that they had betrayed their own flesh and blood. Do not think this is exaggeration. Heaven gave you the warning, and to ignore it is betrayal. Just as Noah's neighbors laughed at the ark until the rain fell, so too will many laugh at the prophecy of these nights until the silence is broken by voices that are not human. And here, beloved, I must speak plainly. Many of you fill your cupboards with food and your homes with comforts, yet neglect the very armor of your souls. You say, I am prepared, but your preparation is only for the body, not for the spirit. And when the darkness comes, no food will silence the whispers outside. No riches will shield your door. No reasoning will drive away the shadows. Only prayer, only consecration, only obedience will stand. Children, I have already placed before you the guide of preparation. Do not despise it. Do not neglect it. For inside are not mere words, but the prayers and protections entrusted through the saints, the rituals sanctified by heaven, the acts of consecration that set a home apart from ruin. If you do not take it, then what excuse will you give? If you leave it aside, then you choose to face the night naked. Worse, you choose to leave your family naked. What will you say when your child trembles in the dark, and you cannot place a blessed candle in their hands? What will you say when the whispers call, and your spouse looks to you for leadership, but you cannot answer with prayer because you neglected the tools heaven gave you? Neglect is betrayal, children. And those who neglect this gift will discover too late that their silence has already chosen for them. Do not let your door be found unmarked when the angel passes by. The silence of the second night will press harder. The demons will rage more boldly. They will scratch at the windows, pound on the doors, whisper in 10,000 voices at once. And the proud will collapse, unable to endure. But the humble will cling to their rosaries until their knuckles whiten, their whispered prayers becoming a wall higher than any stone. Angels will descend